Hello everyone, and welcome to HACSTFB, or Highly Advanced CS Tools for Beginners. Woo! Like myself. Alright, listen up. This is about computer science tools, and in every episode I will introduce a new computer science tool for you. In this way, I can learn more about CS tools, and I really hope that I can also inspire you to write your own computer science tools. And well, why not just get started with the tool that I wrote myself? It's PuzzleScript.MIS. All right, so this is PuzzleScript.MIS, and this is basically an engine to write your own puzzle games. It's based on Stephen's PuzzleScript, and I will show this tool later. But first, let me show you what it's capable of. So you can just write your own games, your own puzzle games. In this case, I just wrote a Sokoban clone, and you can just start playing it. You can undo moves, and another thing it features is a solver. So, for example, here, the solver solves the level for us. Right, and we also get more information, like the shortest solution size is 33, and then these are 3 difficulty metrics. So 3 solvers try to solve this level at the same time, and we get a greedy solution, an A-star solution, and a BFS solution. And the numbers here are the number of states the tool requires until it finds a solution. All right, so how does this tool work? Well, over here, first we define the sprites, all right? And the sprites are 5 by 5 tiles. So for example, we also have them down here. The background has as a first color light green, which is 0, and green, which is 1. So if I wanted to say add another, another dot to the background, I just add a 0 here. I go back to the tool, and voila, here we have more tiles in the background. Next, we have the legend. In the legend, you can create synonyms for these various sprites. For example, I can say the background also has a name dot, and the wall also has a name hashtag. And later on, this is used to then create the levels, as you can see down here. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. In the legend, you can also create synonyms for aggregate objects. For example, an obstacle is a wall, or a player, or a crate, or a target. Now, sounds are ignored by PuzzleScript.MIS, and let's talk about collision layers. So here it just specifies that a player, a wall, and a crate, these cannot be on the same tile. But for example, a player and a target, or a wall and a target, or a crate and a target, they can be on the same layer. And the background can also be on the same layer as a target or a player. So basically, if they share a layer, they cannot be on the same sprite. So here we can see, if I play the game, if I move this character up here, as you can see, the crates can be on the target, the player can be on the target, all of this is fine. All right, next are the rules. So here we define the rule of this PuzzleScript game. And Sokoban has a very simple rule. It simply states, if a player moves to the right and it's followed by a crate, then replace this with a player that moves to the right or a crate that moves to the right. And actually this arrow doesn't only stand for the right, it stands for all directions. If I want to specify a direction, I can say right. And now I can only push objects to the right. So if I go down here, I cannot push up, I cannot push down, but I can still push that object to the right, but not to the left. All right, so let's remove this. All right, so there we go. In win conditions, we have all targets on crate, which means if we push all targets on a crate, well, then this is the goal. But actually what happens is we push the crates on the target. Whether you say all crate on target or all target on crate doesn't really matter. You can even have both win conditions on the same time. But if, say, you have 3 crates and you only have 2 targets, then you would probably want to use all crate on target, and otherwise you wanted to use the other rule. All right, so let's see how this works in action. So this tool already includes a solver, as we have seen. And as soon as all the crates are on the target, well, the solution has been found. So in here, you can also start editing the the game. For example, now I added 2 players, which makes this surprisingly a lot more difficult, but apparently it found a smaller solution. So we can kind of use teamwork here, right? Yes, to solve this puzzle. Okay, interesting, right? So in this way, we can then quickly play around with different tiles, different characters, different crates, and so on. We can also scroll between different levels up here. At the moment, I have the same level multiple times and this level. So let's see what the solution is for this one. Yeah, no surprises here. All right, so what makes PuzzleScript.MIS different from PuzzleScript? It basically adds, instead of a level editor, we also have a transformer. And in the transformer, we can specify rules with how to transform this game. And here I added a few shortcuts so it's easier for me to explain what's going on. So for example, I just clicked on Add Remove Walls, and it created this wonderful transform. So let's see how this transformation looks, or let's try to understand this transformation. It says choose 20, option 0.4, wall nothing. So this means we choose 20 of either with a 40% probability, we choose a wall that gets emptied, or with 60% probability, if there's no obstacle, we replace it with a wall. So basically, what this boils down to is we add and remove walls. And with a slightly higher probability, we add more walls and we remove. All right. So if we let this tool run for a while, we get progressively harder levels. But I think in this case, you can't really make the level a lot harder by just adding and removing walls, but let's see what the tool comes up with. All right, so after letting the tool run for a while, we have quite a lot of solutions, and these are all ranked by their difficulty. So let's look at the hardest one it generated, and let's click on play. So for some reason, this level is supposed to be a bit harder, and I can already tell I can't just push this block the way I used to previously. So this level has become harder to solve. All right, let's think about this. And I encourage you, if you create your own levels, you should always be able to solve your own creations. Otherwise, you might create bad levels. All right, so this doesn't seem to work immediately. So maybe if I push this, but I can't push it even further. This is actually quite tricky. All right, let's think about this. Right, so obviously I have to get on the other side, so I can push that crate either probably to the right, okay? So I think I still have to do some kind of place switching where I have to put this box to the right. But from here, I don't really see how I can push the box to the right without, messing things up. So let's try to push this box here, and now push this box here. No, this doesn't work. Okay, push this box up here maybe, and then, now I can push this box to the side. Okay, and then I can do this. Ta-da, okay, I solved it. Okay, so as you can see, I was able to solve this level myself, and I find it to be more interesting than the level we had before. And well, if I show the solution now, this is the smallest solution that there is. It tells me the shortest solution size is size 34. And well, I like this puzzle quite a bit, so let's just use it. And I just go back into the level editor, and here in the legend, it should have updated the level automatically for me. All right, let's see another use case of the transformer. So what I can do here, let's say I'm interested in finding the hardest starting position for the player. So let's think how I would have to transform the player. Let's say I do this 20 times, and whenever I see a player in any direction and there's no obstacle, say, let's just write no obstacle, but actually obstacle also includes target, I think. So let's just say no wall and no crate, then remove the player and place it there. Let's go. And now we can just see how the player is in many different positions, and the solver now ranks all of these levels according to their difficulty. And we already see that this level is slightly harder than this level, because here the player first needs to realize he has to, well, walk down, right? And if I click on this, I also think it's a bit more difficult because the first move you actually have to do to solve this level is you have to move this box up. But because you already start on this position, that might not be something the player thinks about. So this makes this puzzle quite a bit, well, more difficult. And let's see what the shortest solution is. So I'm not surprised that this is considered one of the hardest starting positions. So let's go back to the level editor. And now we have this level where we changed the player position, and this level where we, well, added the crate here, which made this level surprisingly a lot harder. Okay, so far all we did was we took existing levels and we tried to make them more difficult with the PuzzleScript solver somehow, with this PuzzleScript.MIS tool. But another use case of PuzzleScript.MIS is, let's say you're designing a level, let's say, I don't know, you're adding walls here, and boom, suddenly the solution, let's add a wall here, suddenly becomes unsolvable, right? And what now? So, well, we can just think of a way of making it solvable again, or we can again use the transformer. And here, let's just say choose 5 option 0.5 wall, no wall. So now we, on average, so or, and then we just do nothing in the other 50% of the cases. Right. So let's see what will happen here. And now we can, the tool just makes it solvable for us. So for example, it found this level here, and this level here, and this level here. And using these transformations, we can make an unsolvable level solvable. So this is another use case. Oh, so here's an interesting level with difficulty 904. So let's see what makes this so difficult compared to the other ones. Oh, okay. So, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's the shortest solution. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so let's look at this. I don't want to get spoiled, so I'm just try to solve it myself. So clearly I can't just move this box up here because this box is in the way. So we probably have to push this box one up, right? But now we should be able to push this box here. But still, this doesn't solve the level. So what we have to do is we have to go down here and then we come around here. Okay, so it's not actually that difficult, but it's still nice to see that when we were in a stuck position, we could just tell the solver to make it unstuck, and it found an interesting level for us. So that's another use case of this tool. Another use case is, let's say we have this level here. Let's just remove everything here. And we don't have a level, we just want some inspiration for a level. So another thing, by the way, you can do is you can say, oh, I only want to modify the insides of here, right? And let's just remove this statement here because this transform at the moment doesn't do anything because there are no walls in the middle here, okay? So let's see. So in order to just start creating random levels, we can just start thinking, well, what does a level require? Well, it requires crates and targets, right? So let's just add 2 crates. Let's say no obstacle, target crate. And already we just start adding targets and crates everywhere. For some reason, all the crates and targets are on top of each other at the moment. I don't understand this. Ah, yes, because it says all target on crate, this is only then the level is solvable, right? And that's because we didn't add a player yet. So let's just choose 1, no obstacle, and then add a player anywhere in the level, like so. Now it starts to actually generate levels. And at the moment, the levels don't look particularly interesting, but if we just let it run for a while, I'm sure maybe we'll find something interesting. So the levels it seems to have come up with are not particularly difficult, but that's no surprise as there are no walls, right? But what happens if we, let's say, add more targets, let's say 4 for now, and see what it comes up with. Oh wait, but now, as you can see, now it starts modifying over this level, which is not what we want. So let me just add a background again. And let's let's see what it comes up with. All right, so it already came up with one level, and these level might be more interesting. So let's see what it comes up with. And just for fun, let's say we named 2 players. So now it only generates levels with 4 crate target pairs. All right, let's see what it comes up with. All right, it seems like I have, well, the tool created a few levels. So let's check out the most difficult one. Let's see if I can solve this myself. So I somehow need to push all the crates to all their targets. Well, for now, this seems to be fairly trivial. But okay, so I can't push this. Oh, okay, now I see. So the crate on the top right actually has to go down, because if I push it up here, I can't push it to any other side. So this is what makes this puzzle quite a bit more difficult than I anticipated. So maybe let's just get them all on the same level by pressing down, and maybe maybe now I can how do I get one of them up there? Ah, like this maybe? Okay, this is already looking better. Do I have to like actually stack them? Huh. Okay, so it almost looks like I had to stack them. Okay, now I'm able to get this crate down, but I still need to be very careful here, because I have to push this crate to the right. And then the crate that I pushed on the left, well, that one is blocked forever. So let's try this again. Okay, so I know where every crate has to go. It's just I can't get the top right crate to go to the bottom. All right, what am I missing here? Wait, I can, oh, okay, I can make them horizontal instead of vertical, I guess. But does this help me? Okay, what happens if I push this down here? And now, I guess I can go in this position maybe. Okay, this seems to be a really good level. Ah, okay, so now I actually separated the two, which is very nice. So now I can probably, guess, okay. So now I just have to line them up like this and move this guy here. So I can push the bottom down, but okay, I guess this box is in the way, but this doesn't matter because I can push it to the goal and can do this, and ha! Okay, this is a pretty cool level. So, all right, let's add it to the level editor by clicking on level editor. All right, so now we have these 3 levels, which we created with PuzzleScript.MIS. And now what you can do is, because every PuzzleScript.MIS script is also a PuzzleScript script, in fact, just a small subset of the PuzzleScript language, well, a fairly large one, but it doesn't support any real-time support and no rigid bodies, to be precise. I can then just copy paste it into PuzzleScript. And here you also have nice syntax highlighting. And you could also hear when the crate moves, for example, which is pretty nice. And then you just click on rebuild, run, and then you can play this game. Right, and it starts off with, well, okay, this level was fairly simple, but you know, you get the point. And now if I want to share this, I just click here on share, and it automatically generates, PuzzleScript automatically generates a link, which you can just share with your friends. And I noticed I didn't copy the H, now I did. And yeah, I guess I can also publish this in the description of the video. Furthermore, you can also export a PuzzleScript file, and then you can just share the HTML with your friends. All right. So now what's also important to note here is that PuzzleScript.MIS doesn't just work on Sokoban. And in fact, it works on a lot of PuzzleScript games. For example, here, there's a bunch of examples, and maybe so some of them work better than others, but that's just because of the complexity of solving a level. But I don't know. Okay, so for example, this one is fairly easy to solve, but it's pretty difficult to make levels with it. Let's see. It's kettle. All right. So in kettle, okay, so in kettle you try to push these people on the square here, and this is definitely something that you can just copy paste, and then you just copy paste it in here, and voila, you have it here. And now you can just try to solve the various levels. And well, you can also start thinking, well, what transforms can I make to make this more difficult? All right, and that was it. In the description below, I have the link to PuzzleScript.MIS, and I also have the link to a few games that were made with PuzzleScript.MIS by some different creators. And in addition, I also would like to ask you if you like this style of video. It doesn't take a lot of effort for me to create one of those videos. It's completely different than say, you know, a 3 blue, 1 brown video where there's so much effort put into the video. Here I can just more or less sit in front of my computer, just talk to myself, quickly make a video, and at the end just edit something together. If you think this is enjoyable to watch, then I would continue doing these videos. Next, I would talk about probabilistic programming. Then I might think about making something about creative coding, then about abstract interpretation. And if any of those topics interest you, then please let me know. Otherwise, yeah, I might focus on other projects. But thank you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed. And if not, oh well, you know.